Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to hop right into this tutorial. I've been wearing this in a bunch of my videos lately and I had some requests to film it, so that's what you are getting today. I absolutely love this look and I hope you guys do too. So I'm starting off with my primers. I'm using the First Aid Beauty Coconut Smoothie Primer and then I'm following it with the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Primer. And I put the First Aid one all over my face and then I concentrate the Tarte one on my problem areas where I have pores. And then for my foundation, I've been absolutely loving the Maybelline Dream Cushion. I have shade 40, just applying it all over my face with the Beauty Blender, then going in with my corrector, which is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, followed by my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I did have to mix two shades. I'm starting off first with Custard, but I did have to lighten it a bit with Creme Brulee. To set my concealer as well as the rest of my face, I will be using the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. Absolutely love this stuff. It's taking the place of my Laura Mercier, and I'm just applying that with my damp beauty sponge underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to also set the rest of my face with it. For my brows, I've been doing them a little bit differently lately. I switched over to using powder. So I'm just going through my brows with a spoolie and then I like to set them in place with a wax. I'm using this one from MAC. And this just really helps me see where I need to fill in my brows. And then I've been using the Benefit Browsings in the shade 6 to fill in my brows. Then to prime my eyes, I'm using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. I recently got the shade Fix, which you'll be seeing in an upcoming first impression video. I actually like that shade a bit more, and it's limited edition. Also, 100% of the proceeds of that one go towards women's empowerment, so I definitely recommend checking it out. It's new from Urban Decay, as I said, but for now, in this video, I did use Eden, and then I'm setting it with my Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, and then I'm going to be going into the eyeshadow look, which I absolutely love how this turned out. So now I'm starting off with my crease color. I'm mixing two shades, mixing Soft Brown from MAC and Birkin from Anastasia Beverly Hills. You can use either or. Birkin is a little bit more neutral to cool, and I'd say Soft Brown is obviously much more warm, and I wanted it to be more neutral in the crease. And then I'm using this warmer shade, which is Creme Brulee from Makeup Geek, and I just wanted to deepen up the lower crease a little bit more. I'm also going to be using the shade again later in the video. To build up the dimension in the outer corner, we're going to first go in with Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek. And I'm using that same brush I used on the lower crease for this, and just packing that on that outer corner. I don't want to go too far out or too far up with this color. Going back with that first brush we used to build up our crease, I'm just going to soften up the edges, and also I'm going to take the time to now shape the eye. So I wanted it to wing out slightly on the outer corner, and that's where I'm going to alternate between my two brushes. Now for the lid, we're going to clean it up. I've been really loving this technique for a nice, clean, crisp eye. So I'm just going in with some concealer. I'm using the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC20, and I'm just applying that on the inner, I'd say third to half of my eyelid, and this is just going to really help clean up the eye look. Then to set that concealer, I'm going to use a combination of a white shade, which is White Lies from Makeup Geek, and I'm also going to be mixing that in with a little bit of Chamois Nude from Coastal Scents. You can use more white or you can use more of the flesh tone. It depends on what you want to go for. I added a little bit more of the White Lies once I saw how dark it was getting. I wanted it to stay fairly light. And then I'm going back to that Creme Brulee and softening up the edges between that concealer and those two cream colors. and that Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek, and I'm just lightly going over the center just to make that blend. Now going back to Cocoa Bear, I'm going to get a denser brush. This is going to look like I'm using a much darker eyeshadow just because I'm concentrating the product a little bit more with a smaller, more dense brush. Even though it's the exact same color, this just helps create that dimension. To further add dimension, I'm going in with Corrupt from Makeup Geek, which is just a black shade, and I'm using a pencil brush to do so. This is the smallest brush I'm going to be using because I don't want to add too much black, but I do want to add that definition to the lower lash line and that outer corner. After you've taken your time to make sure everything's blended out, go in with your liner. I'm using my favorite pen liner, which is from L'Oreal. It's their Voluminous Noir, and I'm just going to create my wing using this. For mascara, I'm going in with my Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill. Going to apply a light coat of that to my lashes because we will be using falsies for this look. I'm using the style Demi G from Coco Lashes. I had so many requests to share what these were, so I shared that on Instagram when I posted the photos, but I have never seen anyone use this style, so I ordered them to check them out myself. They're very dramatic, very spiky, but I think they complement this look really nicely and definitely recommend checking them out. Now I'm just going to sweep off any excess powder. This will also help catch any fallout you might have experienced. Sometimes I get a little bit of fallout when I use Corrupt from Makeup Geek, but I didn't really have that much when I was sweeping away the powder. So I'm going in with Creme Brulee and just using the Kat Von D eye contour brush to apply that to my lower lash line, and then we're going to deepen it up a little bit more closer to the lash line with a small angled brush, and I'm using the shade Cocoa Bear to do so. And then on the very outer corner, we're going to take some of that Makeup Geek Corrupt and just deepen up the very outer corner of the lower lash line with that. You don't want to drag it too far in. I just like to define that very outer corner. I think this look is really pretty when you add some black to the upper and lower waterline. You can also add a cream to your lower waterline if you find that black closes off your eyes. I personally have been liking the look of black in my waterline. I go through stages, but right now I'm really into black in my waterline. And then for my bronzer, I'm using an oldie but a goodie. It's my NARS Laguna bronzer, and I'm using my new bronzer brush from Luxie that I've been absolutely loving. And I'm just going to bronze up my face using this. Today I'm taking the time to really brighten up my under eye. I'm taking two shades from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and these are the two highlighting shades I like to use. Sometimes when I'm darker I just use the banana shade, but right now I'm kind of in between self-tan, so I'm taking a little bit of the lighter one as well just to really brighten up my under eye area. And then to contour my nose, I am still using NARS Laguna bronzer. I find this is fine to contour with for me personally because it really doesn't have too much shimmer in it. And I'm just using my Luxie JD Wadey 180 brush to do so. To help clean up and enhance the nose contour, I'm just going back in with Custard from NARS and just adding a little bit to the tip of my nose and some down the bridge of my nose, and you can really see that this does help in the nose contour. To highlight my face, I'm dipping into Estee Lauder Heat Wave. This is the original. They recently came out with Heat Wave again. I hear it's slightly deeper, so you can take a little extra step to lighten it, like I'm going to show you in this video, but I'm taking that on the high points of my face, also using it to highlight my Cupid's bow and my nose, and then I'm going to go in with my Sleek Solstice palette, and I like to use this palette when I really want to enhance my highlight. the shade that you see right here just really kicks up your highlight to the next level. So you can add a little bit more of this if you have the new heat wave, just because it is slightly deeper, I think. But you'll still get the same effect. I just wanted a very standout highlight for this look. And then for my blush, I'm using my Papa Don't Peach blush from Too Faced. I actually just recently saw a good dupe for this. It's Milani Luminoso. I didn't realize how close they were, but if you have that, use that. And then I'm going back into that Solstice palette from Sleek, and I'm going to use that shade to highlight my brow bone and my inner corners. To finish off the look, I love this lip combo that I've been doing lately. I'm using my Gerard Cosmetics Sugar and Spice. Then I'm topping it off with Maybelline Beige Babe, which is one of their new Intimate lipsticks, which I absolutely love. And then I'm going to apply the NARS Velvet Lip Line in Stripped over top. And it's seriously one of my favorite lip combos right now if you love a good nude lip. And that's going to complete the look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you want to see more tutorials, I would love to film them for you guys. Hope you have a good day, and I will see you in my next video.